Hey y'all, it's your girl Meesh, and welcome to a new year of the episode Love Meesh podcast, where I share my thoughts, opinions, and ramblings, and sometimes I'll have guests, but no subject is off limits. It's a billion people in the world, and I'm just one of them. So welcome to my world, and let the conversation continue.
I am a witch. A real, house-haunting, broom-riding, cauldron-stirring witch.
Hey loves, welcome back to part 2 of Witchy as Fuck. We're going to be dabbling into witchcraft. This is the second part, so if you haven't listened to the first part, please go back. Start from the beginning. Because I literally had to start a new one because the other one was too long. It'll only let you record for so long. So let me just hop. Oh, no. Thank you for listening. Out of all the podcasts in the world, you chose to listen to this one. I hope you learned something. I am not trying to force my opinion or religious views on anyone. Sharing is caring is my motto. And I learned something that was very dear to me. And I'm going to continue this for the rest of my life. I'm just so excited about it. And I just wanted to share it. I'm on a journey of spirituality and I'm touching everything. And this is just one of the subjects that I'm on right now. So I'm going to start out. I just love this. You know, Instagram is my babes. I love Pinterest, Instagram. I love social media. I learn on there. I don't know what y'all do. It's funny, you know, but it's a lot. It's learning. So this is what I saw. Spiritual practices. This comes from Helping and Spiritual. It's a Instagram page. Helping and Spiritual. So she put spiritual practices that originate from the African diaspora are not demonic. We've been told for too long that such practices are evil. I'm here to tell you they're not. Take back your power and embrace the practices of your ancestors. Research, please, as some require initiation. You are because of them. And I always say that. It's not that I'm against Christianity. I think they leave a lot out, and I don't like that. When you don't be telling the whole truth, what part don't you want to share, and why don't you want to share that part? Okay, but they didn't tell everything. Like it's a missing piece. So I'm gonna look at all of them and put the pieces together because that's literally what it is. Each religion is a puzzle piece, and when you put them all together, you're gonna see the big picture. And nobody really wants to do that, but I guess I am. So on here, she has different religions. She has hoodoo, root work, voodoo, Vandun, Santeria, Leucemia, Ambandana, Kandabale, Quimbara, Cabocla, African spirituality, indigenous spirituality, and I'm going to put witchcraft or the craft. Because we can keep going with all these religions if you want to. But what she was saying is, you know, your ancestors. So when I think of religion, I like to go back in time. Okay, so I grew up a Christian. My mom grew up a Christian. Her mom grew up a Christian. Her mom, Grandma Saint, probably grew up a Christian. And she was a slave. Well, what did her grandma do? And what did her grandma do? And what did her grandma do? And what did her grandma do? See, they've washed that away from us. Just imagine, on my last podcast, that I met a woman, realtor, never knew. But she's a 5-generation witch. And she doesn't you would publicly not know that she's a witch. I think a lot of people keep this stuff quiet. But I don't give a good goddamn because I'm going to learn about witchcraft and everything else. So, fucking play with it. That's how I feel. But 5 generations. How powerful she must be to have 5 generations worth of knowledge. And it's like every generation for us, we have to start over from scratch. That's why I won't be getting nowhere. You have to pass stuff down. People that are rich, they aren't rich just because they're rich. A lot of that is generational wealth. That money had to be passed down. But we're so selfish, you don't even have life policy. So when you die, your family is coming up with money to bury you instead of you leaving them a parting gift. That's what that life insurance policy is. Most definitely a parting gift. To hope that they reach lengths that you dreamed of. If you wasn't a homeowner, by the time you die, your family should be a homeowner. And a lot of people can't say that. That's sad. So let's look at her. 5 generations. What if her mom passed down not only spells, but houses and properties? Okay, so let me take it back. Reese Witherspoon. I read her book. It's amazing. Go check it out. She has furniture in her home from her great-great-great-grandmother. And her home, if I'm not mistaken. So when you pass down stuff like that, your family don't have to worry about buying a home. They don't have to worry about buying furniture shit. They just got money basically to invest in all that extra shit because the basic shit is already paid for. But again, that's another podcast, and I really, really love this post because she's basically pointed out, what did your ancestors practice? And you are because of them. So not only should you have an altar to give them homage, whether it's a physical altar or in your heart, making sure that you still remember them in your heart, your mind, your soul, and, keeping their spirit alive. But practicing what they practice, because it will be strengthened, because again, it's in your DNA, guys. It's a Disney movie, Day of the Dead or something like that. And it's from the Spanish culture. And it's in October, and it's coming up. But they all have like altars and pictures and candles of their dead. And in that particular movie, they predict that if you don't set up that altar, if you don't remember them, they can't cross that threshold and visit you and spend time with you. And to me, things that you don't remember do die. We all remember George Washington. Wanna know why? His picture's everywhere. It's on the fucking money. It's in every history class. They're not gonna let you forget. He still lives because we don't forget. To me, that's how religion and faith is. It still lives, it still works, it's still alive because you still practice, you still remember, you still use it. So they wanted to take magic away from us. Magic, faith, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's real and it exists because I remember it from the Christian world. Even my grandma, she'll pray for you, she'll tell you to feel her hand, and you can feel it when they pray for you or different things like that. Like, it exists. So whatever you want to call it, the spirit. I just put that post up. Let me go read it. I just put that post up because names will have you fucking lost in the sauce. Okay, do not let these names fool you at all. And to be honest with you, that's brilliant. If you're confused, I keep you away from the truth, and I can use that at my advantage. So just think of it that way. But it says, in religion, we call it the spirit. So we could say that's Christianity, right? In science, we call it energy. And in the streets, we call it vibes. All I'm saying is trust it. Okay, so different names, same meaning. It gives you a warning. It tells you what to look out for. Again, don't let names fool you. So let me continue on because I just love that. I'm going to do types of witches. I know that's going to take a while. You can visit Witchy Tips on Instagram. She has so much witch stuff on there. I just thought it was amazing. I'm going to go over that in a minute. And I'm working on my Book of Shadows. So my last episode, I told you guys, a Book of Shadows is basically a book where you put down different spells or different, things that you've done, and you write down their results. You can burn it when you die. You can have it burnt when you die, or you can pass it on. I want mine to be generational. So what I'm writing in, it's going to be public, and I'll have my personal one somewhere, but this is one that I actually want to pass down. So look into that as well, and never just take anything at face value. Write down, different topics and research for yourself and see if it sticks with you, if it pushes you away. You will not lie to yourself. Well, some people do, but when you truly love yourself, you are always putting your best interest, like everything is to benefit you, right? So if you feel that it's not for your best interest, not going to help you, you know what I mean? Stay away from it. Always trust yourself. I'll never tell you not to trust yourself. But I will say, blocking out information and just trying to close a blind eye, that's not helpful either. Because what if it is the truth? You just denied yourself that truth. For what? Because you're scared. In every religion, you're not supposed to be fearful or be scared. So the fact that you have that, you should walk towards that, because why are you scared? To me, if God made us, right? Let me give an example first. When a king and a queen have a child, it is a prince or a princess, right? They are going to get the wealth, the land, everything passed down from those parents, right? They are a spitting image of their parents physically. They have the DNA, the mechanics, the characteristics, like basically a mirror of the parent. So if God created us, and I quote, in his image, and Jesus said, you guys will do greater than me, and I quote, then why aren't we like honing in on that? Who moved the fucking mountain? They definitely making shit rain, but they ain't teaching us about that. If you go look at a lot of celebrities, like it's a lot of, I'm into business too. So there's a lot of wealth, rich books that I read, and they all talk about affirmations, which is magic. They all talk about having a astrologer on their team, a magician on the team. Like, you'd be surprised who all is on their payroll. They're not running that shit by themselves. Like, they believe in that stuff. They'll tell them when to do certain transactions. They'll tell them to look at the different moons. They'll tell you. I even have a book, Brother Yusuf on YouTube. He had one YouTube about all the books that you should read, and one of them was feng shui. It's different ways. Like, every part of your house is a living being, a living entity. And when you feed it and nourish it, you're feeding and nourishing yourself. And one of my favorite, I guess, quotes is, as above, so below. To me, that just means everything is everything. For example, if the living room is supposed to be the heart, the life, you keep that space clean, you keep that energy pure, it's helping your life as well. And each room has like different meanings. And I haven't finished that book yet, but that's like a real textbook. And let me tell you the name in case you want to get it. Gosh, I'm such a nerd. Like, it's no subject I won't touch. Feng Shui by Stephen Skinner, the Keep It Simple series. Discover how to use the ancient science. See how they call it science, magic, whatever you want to call it. Increase your health, wealth, and happiness. Create lasting harmony in your home and your relationships. And you know, one of the things I remember in that book, he said to get them to come out and examine your house or your building, they get paid so much money. And some wealthy businesses, such as the Trump Towers, you get them to examine they examine the blueprints and tell you where things should go, and you have to face towards rivers and just different things like that. And they listed all the companies that used it that were successful. All the companies that didn't hire a feng shui advisor were unsuccessful or bankrupt and just different things like that. So again, they'll tell you, oh, great credit and this, that, the other, but they don't tell you I have a feng shui person that looks over my blueprint. I have an astrologer that tells me when I should make deals. I have a holistic doctor that helps my, they don't be giving you all. You got to learn it on your own. But I have another quote that I had a problem with, so I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. So it says, Beloved, do not take part in any of these components of Satan's spiritual structure. They are a doorway to demonic possession. Now, number one, you should always think about protection and make sure that you're okay. So if you're not doing that for yourself, don't blame nobody else. So that's just shifting the blame. I don't like that. But let me read the list they have. Eastern religions, yoga, Freemasonry, Illuminati groups, New Age religions, Church of the Satan, Scientology, Rosicrucianism, astrology, tarot cards, Ouija boards, remote viewing, palmistry, voodoo, earth worship, Wicca, cyberpunk culture, divination, meditation, vegetarianism, lycanthropy, lycanthropy, postmodernism, backmasking, astral projection, necromancy, rebirthing, Kabbalah, LOTR, firewalking, levitation, alt, comics, vampirism, trilletism, Muahhh and pot parties, not to get into the drugs, LSD, shrooms, video games, Harry Potter, Dungeons and Dragons, Halloween, fornication, skull and bones, rock music, heavy metal, Burning Man, Twilight films, raves, and XTC goth culture. So what I find wrong with this, and I'm definitely going to look into all of it, okay? Because I'm not scared of anything. As the truth never lies, light of the truth, I'll say it till the day that I die. But heavy metal does not sit well with me. I don't know if it's the screaming, that I'm not really fully understanding what they're saying, or that it's an angry emotion that I already tap into too frequency. So I'm pretty sure I don't want to stay in that zone. But I don't really get it. So rock music, heavy music, okay, I'm still not going to judge it. It's just not really for me. Vampirism, if it's taking one's life for their blood, their life force, which is what my dragon book is basically kind of talking about, I'm not okay with that. I think people do deserve their free will, and anything that you do against their will is not okay to me. I heard some bad things about Illuminati, but I haven't researched it myself, so I don't want to put an opinion on it. Freemasonry, when I was learning about the dragon book, the druids and witchcraft, they kind of are similar. Like witchcraft kind of stemmed from Freemasonry, so I feel like somebody that was in the Freemasonry broke away and started the witch cult. And look at that, 222. Has anyone else been seeing numbers lately? I feel like every day is a class, and the highest that I've gotten up to on the clock is 444. So I'm like, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, okay. Like, I feel like you start from 0 and you work your way up. So, okay, today I'm on 222. But they have meanings, and I'll do a podcast on that. I don't think I have anything bad against anything else on here. I thought Harry Potter was amazing. I just finished that series, and I watched another series called The Magicians, and I really think that show should be called The Witches. But they knew the witches would have probably a smaller viewing than the magicians. See, they be playing on words, y'all. They're very, very smart. Let me see. I've been to a rave before. It was amazing. The music was like EDM, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people was on drugs, but everybody was free. I love the women. They're able to wear little costumes as skimpy as they want or whatever, but everybody's like free. You got your hula hoop girls, you got your fire, people that play with fire. I don't know. It just seems like a big parade. And it's fun, and nobody fights. Like, we got to get it together. Nobody was fighting. Everybody was just, it reminds me of like the 70s, like a hippie. It's like a hip, like you step into a time warp. Everybody's literally there to have a good time, and they're all nice. Hey man, what up, bro? Da, da, da. So I experienced that with my ex, and I'm so glad I was able to step into that world, because I would not have on my own. Like, that was nowhere ever on my radar. They have one in India, and I actually want to go to that one. I'm interested in that too. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I watched a show called what is the name of that show? Riverdale. And I stopped because they would not stop talking about fucking Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm going to have to look into that. I thought it was make-believe, but apparently it's a real thing. And my niece, she said, keep watching. They're going to stop talking about it. So I got to catch up on my shows. But I be reading and learning so much. Scientology, my sister's actually looking into that. And she says, basically, they want you to forsake everything. And that's really hard for people to do. So they start having backlash. And I don't know if I would ever tell someone to forget everything. Because that would mean there's nothing for you to do. Like, for those people to get on a plane and to burn a building, RIP, 9/11. Like, what heart is there? What did they not hold on to that they would just go all in like that? Like, I don't think I would ever tell somebody to forsake anything. If anything, you need to hold on to things, like, to anchor you. So, I don't know. But I haven't looked into that myself either. But never just take what somebody says. Oh, that's evil. Nothing is evil or good. You bring things to life. That TV will forever stay off unless you pick up that remote or go to the TV and turn it on. So the TV is not evil. You pick up that remote and put it on whatever channel you wanted to put it on. Social media is not evil. You went on your social media and the brilliant algorithms are already looking at everything that you look up on your phone, and they're just feeding it to you. It's a reflection of you. Everything is a mirror or a reflection of you. So if it's evil and death, baby, you need to change. You need to change your environment, and so that you can start getting reflections of different things, you know? So, yeah, that was that. Let's see. And I honestly love this quote, the magic begins in you. I don't think it begins. I think it just says the magic lives in you. And you are either using it or not using it. I mean, it just is what it is. And if I want to be dominant, I'm not going to tell you about the strengths in you, because as long as you don't know they're there, I'm going to use the strengths in me and basically control and manipulate you. And it's kind of sad, or you're going to look to me to do these things for you when you could do them yourself. So I don't mind supporting businesses and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can't do. You bought that soap, you can go right there to Pinterest or YouTube and make it on your own. We're lazy as fuck. And it's sad. And people capitalize off of that. So instead of telling you you can build your own credit, I'm going to tell you to come to me and I'm going to fix it. No, fix it your damn self. This is the book I read. This is the class I took. Go do it. That's the type of person I am. Like, I think you can handicap people. If you come to me for dinner every night, you're going to always come to me for dinner. But if I take you to the grocery store and help you come up with some meals and teach you how to cook and teach you how to fish, you won't be knocking on my door to ask for a plate. You actually going to bring me a plate. Like, girl, look what I cooked. That's how I am, to build up people, not to handicap them or to make them rely on me. I think that's what we messed up as a society. We used to grow our own food. We did a lot on our own. And we just started giving our money away. Thinking that we're being free when we're really in bondage. And it's okay to buy. Like, everybody has gifts, and your gifts, like, I can paint. My painting might not be better than that person's. And so, yeah, I might want to buy that person's painting. But at the end of the day, if I really want to, if I can't get that, if I really need to, I just paint it myself. It's kind of like that. But, let me go to... So that's my Pinterest, my pictures. Okay. So I said that I don't do spells, but it's some spells that I'm going to share right now. And these are the verbal ones, like, you don't need candles or anything. So the first one is a spell to protect yourself. While in a quiet place, chant, elements of the sky, elements of the day, come this way. Powers of the night, powers of the day, I summon thee, I call upon thee to protect me. So shall it be. Sometimes I see so shall it be. Sometimes I see so mote it be. In Orisha, they say I say. And Yoruba, I think they say I say. And Christian, they say amen. You see how you seal it? These are all kind of the same. Like, somebody told me the book of Psalms is really the book of spells. And at the end, they always say amen. So over here, they're saying so shall it be. At the end of the day, you're just saying I agree. You know, let this come to pass. Anyways, I cannot stress words enough to you guys. Do not let words freak you out. One word can translate a million different ways. You can have a million people in the room saying, no, I'm right. And then one person can look at them all and say, it's the same thing. That's how I feel. Just imagine every language in the world right now, if they all said love. I'm English now, so when I say love, it's love. But I'm telling the French person, it's not amor. I mean, Spanish person, it's not amor. It's not amor. It's like, bruh, y'all saying the same thing. And I'm not finna sit up here, and I think this is where I'm in life. I'm not finna argue about something that I know to be true. Y'all figure that out. Like, I can't. I'm not that I can't. I'm not. I won't. Like, I'm trying to get on another level. I'm trying to learn other stuff. And that's so basic to me. It's like, I'm not going to exert my energy on it. You'll figure it out when it's time. But that's how I feel about words. So, that's one. This one does require a candle. So I have done this. So I have, you guys. So I've had bay leaves before. I've written on them. It's good to use either a gold marker or a silver marker, the metallic kinds, and write what you want on there and burn it. So this one says it's a picture of a bay leaf, somebody holding a bay leaf over a white candle, and the tip is burning. And it says, write wishes on bay leaves and burn to help them come true. To me, I think magic involves the elements. So you have the bay leaf as earth, you have fire, you have your hand, as spirit. Fire does turn into smoke. There's your wind. And some people on their altars, they do have water, sacred water. So to me, it's just all of those elements coming together on one accord and invoking that affirmation, that wish, to come to pass. And you have to be patient too, because it could come right away and it could take some time, or you could be blocking it. Maybe you got to, sometimes when you, and this is me, I'm guilty. I can wash clothes and I can leave them down there, but cleanliness is next to godliness. Not only that, when I was reading a feng shui book, it was saying a pile of clothes will deter the energy. So you know how they say molecules are so small, like just because it's the air is really not air. The spirit, the element of air is in here, whether your windows are open or closed. And I started opening my windows every day too, just to let that energy come in and out. Because I think we rely on the air so much. Don't forget about outside air. But because that outside air is alive. It's moving, it's breathing. Your inside air is kind of just like recycling. So it's going to die at some point. So you want to make sure you let that fresh life come in as well. But I was cleaning up, and I noticed like different things would happen when my space is clean. So I know we all have busy lives and nobody's life is like someone else's. But just think, everything is not just physical. Physical things tie into the spiritual world as well. So if your room is cluttered and stuff, that could be why things aren't manifesting. You need to clean your space and make way for it. One thing my best friend always tells me is one of the laws of come and go. She'll get rid of her whole living room set and a new one will come in. You just kind of have to like make way. Make room. Okay, so that's one. And then let's see. A spell to increase wealth. So on a full moon, assemble a witch jar or charm bag with an odd number of wealth correspondences like pyrite. Now let me just pause on odd number. Tesla always talk about 369. It's something with odd numbers, y'all. So this is saying with the odd number of things. I just wanted to throw that in there. It could be quartz or coins, silver rings, nutmeg, cinnamon, basil. Light a green, gold, or white candle and repeat thrice. By the green of the earth, air, water, and fire, may the moon's light attract the wealth I desire. Now, as I was learning about witchcraft and spells, you can make your own. You can use ones that people have already made. You can make your own. They just become more personal and more true to you. That's all. And they have to rhyme. So it's something with word and it's something with rhyming that in the craft, I don't know about any other, but in the craft, they usually try to make it rhyme. So I'm going to say that again. By the green of the earth, air, water, and fire, may the moon's light attract the wealth that I desire. You see that? Okay. It says, leave your charm open in the moonlight and close it in the morning. Recharge on the next full moon or release. Give thanks and dissemble as your wealth increases. So I'm excited to do this one. Shout out to my spiritual advisor, Sharita. She basically, so on my spiritual journey, it started with me, my parents. I was born in the church, so Christianity, I have that. And then, this girl, Brittany, she used to tell me and send me a lot of YouTube memes. And then my best friend, Mary, she used to send me things. And then Darnisha went on a whole African, Egyptian, religious. So she was learning about that. And then I got introduced to Sharita. And I think I got introduced to her about vegan and found out that she does a whole bunch of other stuff. Vegan, holistic, astrology. She could do different spells and stuff for you. And they're not even expensive. And I really appreciate that. But one thing I love about her the most is she said, everything that I could do, you could do. Like, what are you going to do when I'm gone? I think the greatest teachers always point back to you. Because I can use you and always have you come to me and I can get your money because I didn't teach you how to do it yourself. Or I can empower you, show you how to do it. And little do I know you could be praying for me because I'm going to put I'm going to print out pictures of all my spiritual guides and send them prayers. Now, I already do this mentally and spiritually, but I'm such a visual person. I'm always going to pull it out of my mind and make it visual. That's just kind of how I am. And so I'm going to send them blessings because money isn't everything. Some of the richest people have still died of cancer. All that money. And what? You still died. So money isn't everything. You know what I mean? A blessing, affirmation. Like you never know how much more that could do. But I just wanted to say that. So let's see. I already did that one. So I can't wait to do that. So she'll do these. She'll be like, Money Friday, cash at me so-and-so, and I'll put your name. And then she'll send you a picture of the candles burning, blah, blah, blah. But what I have learned, and it's in my Amazon cart, is you use parchment paper. You use Dragon Blood's ink. You write down your thing, I think 3 times. You can bind it with some twine, fold it up, bind it with some twine, and burn it. So it's in my mind. It always starts out of my mind, and I kind of pull it out when I'm ready to do it. So I just haven't. I probably need to even get a table. I don't even have a working table for my altar because you're supposed to have an altar for reverence and remembrance and honor, and then you have an altar that you actually work on. That you have your candles on. You have your. And in these books, they do teach you. These books that I went over on podcast 1, they teach you're supposed to have a cup, some water, some sand, candles, crystals, a ceremonial knife that you don't use it physically, but like let's say you are attached to a lover, you could use that knife and cut that cord. It's a special way that you could do it. It's all on YouTube and stuff like that. So this isn't unknown stuff. It's just stuff that we don't really look into. What else? You can have if you're on the pagan path, you can have whatever deity or god. It's usually a man and a woman. It's usually the moon god and earth, Mother Earth. And I think that's a feather. You can have a feather. So yeah, it's like different things that you have. Tarot cards, and you can have your cards on your altar. So I kind of know this stuff. I just haven't went down the road yet. But the first step is learning. So I'm halfway there. Okay, so, and this is another one. I love this one. A spell to grow your hair. I just did this on my hair today. I did it 7 times. So, it says, say this words thrice as you hold the part of your body you wish your hair to grow. Here it is, you guys. Stretch it, twist it, make it grow like a river. Let it flow. 3 times fast shall this hair grow. This is my will. So mote it be. Didn't I tell you? So mote it be. So I said that, and we're going to see, like, Sharita, she does do hair oil too. And I just put some braids in my hair, and I can't cut this hair. I'm going to have to undo the braid. Because my hair, it may be, it may shrink, but it's long, and I can't wait to get a press. I'm probably this in a month or 2 to see how long it is. Since it shrink up so much, I have to press it to really see where I'm at. So let's see. Oh, and then I have bells on my house. My mom has bells too, and she does not know anything about witchcraft. But this is what it says: witch bells. Witches love to haul little bells from their door, to hang little bells from their doorknobs, to scare away unwanted spirits. Hang 3 little bells from your doorknob and chant 3 times the following spell. Guard my home, bells on the door. Let only blessings walk on this floor. Block all evil and the dark arts. Make only good approach our hearts. So I just thought that was neat. Like a lot of things that I already do and stuff like that. Like little do you know the background. Like another thing in this book is she said the witch's broom. It is for the witch's wedding, you guys. And all the slave movies, what they do. And some people probably still do it today. When they get married, they jump over the broom. Hello. So let me tell you the meaning. Okay, so in witchcraft, they really honor trees. Oak trees, cedar trees, like there's like a list of trees that they honor. And to me, trees do give us life. So I do think we should honor them way more than we do. So out of tune with nature, like so out of alignment. It's really disrespectful as humans how the earth does not need us. We need it, and we can give two fucks about it. Like we really need to change. It's so sad. But that's my humanitarian side. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, the witch's broom. So the branches are, so the broom itself and the whole wedding is supposed to be sexual. So the branches of the broom are the woman's reproductive system, right? And the stick is the male. So you put the two together and they become one. Hello. So you put it down and they jump over it, and that symbolizes it that they are one, jumping over the broom. Now, had I not looked into witchcraft, would I have not known, oh my God, this is part of the witch's ceremony. So a lot of practices and things that we do, like America really is a melting pot. And only the people that are true to their cultures, they know about their specific culture. But in America, we mix stuff around already, little do you know. So you shouldn't be looking down on anybody because you're already doing mixed things already. Like even witchcraft, it started out as Freemasonry. So what did Freemasonry start out as? And what did that start out as? We all know it originated from Africa. That's why I already got my Orisha books, and I'm already dabbling into that because I already know that's the motherland, and that's where everything. It's almost like telephone. To me, religion is telephone. This was the faith, and you moved, and you heard the story about faith, and that's what y'all do. And you heard the story about faith, and that's what y'all do. And by the time you finish, nobody can ever do telephone right, no matter how many people you play with. The story never comes out the same. I could say roses are red. By the time it gets to the end, it's can we have pizza tonight? It's like, really? Oh no, wait, it'd be somewhere near the truth. Can we have red pizza tonight? So only one part of the story ends up being right, and something else be completely wrong or, out of the way. So anyway, so here's another quote. Whenever you hear or read anything of a spiritual nature that moves you, touches your soul, or resonates with you deeply, you are not learning something new. You are remembering something that you have always known. And to me, that's exactly how I feel. Somewhere down our line, we were so heavy in this, and it's like burning in me. Because it's not new. It's almost like remembering. It doesn't feel like learning something new. It feels like remembering something that's already known. Like waking up from a coma. So let's see. Now I want to go into types. Oh, here are 10 witchy tips. I thought this was interesting. Save your incense ashes and use them to make black salt. Plant rosemary by your front door to promote and invite love into your home. Beach sand works as a substitute for sea salt. Brick dust is excellent for protection spells. Quartz is sold at almost any hardware store in the garden section. Cleanse your crystals by the moonlight and charge them by the sunlight. You can make your own herbal infused oils at home with olive oil and dried herbs. Pendulums can be made on the spot with thread and a needle. Mopping your floors or cleaning with pine needle infused water will cleanse a space of negative energy. That, to me, struck out. Pine sol is the number one. Like growing up, pine sol, bleach, da 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 da. Why? Now, who decided to put pines in a cleaning mixture. I'm pretty sure it was somewhat spiritual. And little do all the people know buying it that it has a spiritual aspect of it. You're not just physically cleaning your floor. You're cleaning the space of negative energy. And that's why it was so popular. It really had nothing to do with cleaning. You can clean your floor with water and soap. Why did we switch to pine? People started seeing the benefits of it. And yes, it does smell amazing. But your intuition, your subconscious, like your inner self be knowing more than your outer self. So I thought that was interesting. Like, tell that to the Christians. What will they say? It's just like, a lot of this stuff should just be taught. I hate that it's not taught universally. I think that's my biggest flaw. Knowledge is universal. It shouldn't be put into certain circles and then for you to be told, don't learn this or don't learn that. Like, that's ignorant to me. I would never tell somebody not to learn something. Why? Learning something can never ever harm you. You should always be in control. What you decide to do with it is on you. Simply learning it is not bad. Learning how to use a gun is not evil. If I just had an argument and I pick up that gun, probably not the best scenario. You know what I mean? If someone's breaking in and I pick up that gun, absolutely the best scenario. You get what I'm saying? But, that's just going to have to be a podcast. Because I'm very passionate about that. People just cannot take accountability for your own fucking self. You are in life where you are because of the choices that you made. And you cannot blame someone else. Even like people that have been raped and different things, even people in wheelchair, like a lot of this stuff just molds you. But you have to look back at all the choices you made. Now, and I don't want you to blame yourself for the choices that you didn't have. That's not fair to say. So I'm not specifically saying that. But what I'm trying to say is you have made more choices in your life than the negative choices or choices other people have made. So your choices still outnumber choices that were forced upon you. And so when you look at it that way, mathematically, common sense wise, the whole big picture, you definitely had the most control of your life. I mean, people that are like kidnapped and still enslaved, like, I get it. Like, no, that doesn't apply to you. But if you're free and you're freely making your own choices thus far, accept the consequences of your actions. That's literally all it is. And it's not really good and bad. As long as you're learning, that's okay. Keep learning. Because the more you learn, the better it's going to get. That's all. That's the reason why you shouldn't be scared or fearful of anything. Life is just a school. What did you learn today? Okay, apply that for tomorrow and keep going. And a lot of millionaires will tell you that. Like, a lot of these successful companies were unsuccessful for years. Coca-Cola failed so many times and finally was successful. The light bulb, like every invention you can think of. The Ford car. And I guess I kind of pull this from my background because in business school, you do a lot of case studies and you learn about a lot of businesses and different things like that. And so maybe that's why I have the mind and perspective that I have. But it's okay to fail. Keep fucking fail. Fail as many fucking times as you can because you learn something each time. If you make a good pot of gumbo, I bet you know all of the bad ways to make it too. Because it probably took you a while to get there. If you burnt some cookies before, which I have, bitch, I bet I won't burn no more. I know what not to do to burn them damn cookies. You get what I'm saying? So I can say, oh man, I'm just the worst cook. I burnt cookies. Or you could be like, bitch, don't you walk out of that kitchen with them fucking cookies or put that timer on. You know what I mean? It's just how you look at it too. But anyways, so there's different types of witches. And I think I resonate with the air witch. So I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to talk about all of them. So first, let me pull it up. And then I'll go to all of them. So this is that types, green. See. And it's a lot of them too. City, country, hedge, hereditary, cosmic, gray, artistic, dark, aesthetic. Oh no, it was a lot more than that. Let me just go to her page because it was a lot more than that. So I'm going to look at the one that I have. She has so many. Oh my God. I got to scroll through her whole page because she got so much stuff on here. I might have to edit this out because it's going to take a while. Here it is. Found it. Sorry it took so long, you guys. Okay, so air. Remember I said I'm an air witch? Okay, so I am an air witch. I control words and wind. Spoken magic and poetry are my art. Each breath empowers me. The birds and the unseen spirits guide me. Air. A witch with the gift of air can manipulate air or wind and is skilled at recovering lost items and traveling. He or she is usually of high intelligence and has a lovely singing voice. Air witches are also good at hiding, blending into the shadows. The color yellow, plants, fragment, flowers, dill and leaves, stones, mica, and pumice. Now, a lot of you guys that have started businesses and are making candles and eyeshadow and stuff like that, it's mica powder. So I'm just learning so freaking much. It's interesting that this said mica. Wow, that just literally blew my mind. Let's see. There's one more. Glamour, country, city, hedge, elemental, kitchen, green. Oh, air. Finally. Types of witches. Elemental air. Works with the elements of air. Works with the wind and weather changes. Works with animals such as birds and butterflies. Uses incense, smoke, and rituals often. Creative and knowledgeable. Uses the energy of the wind and the storm. Often works with the fae. I love fairies, y'all. Uses wands, swords, feathers, and fans and crafting. Believes in flying mythical creatures such as Pegasus and unicorns. If you guys know me, you just laughed just then. Zodiac signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Now, bitch, I did not know that. I did not know that part. Oh my God. Wait, yes, I did. Because when I was doing astrology was saying that I am air. So now that I'm learning about witchcraft, it's saying, okay, it's not just air. Girl, let's break down the magical attributes that you could use with air. So it's like everything that you learn, they all connect together like a puzzle piece. And I just think it's so funny. Like I just be laughing at myself like, oh my God, it's so funny. It's called the Wind Witch, the Storm Witch. And you know what this reminds me of? Storm on the motherfucking X-Men. So you see how people take the truth and twist it and capitalize off of it instead of telling you the truth about it? Oh, I just cannot. So she have a picture of a witch on a broomstick, lightning, a fairy, wands, a unicorn, a feather, and incense. And they only let me record up to an hour, so there's going to be a part 3. So this next podcast, I'm just going to jump right into the different types of witchcraft. And that should conclude the series. But I hope you guys have just been having as much fun as me, learning something new. Once again, I'm not trying to force this on anybody, but sharing is caring. And yeah, you never know what knowledge can strike a new interest of yours or pull something out of you, or, you just never know. So never, ever, 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 be afraid to learn. Never, ever. Keep learning. All right. Thank you for listening. Out of all the podcasts in the world, you chose to listen to this one. I hope you guys have a better than great day. And I'm going to continue. So if you're ready to hear the rest, just click on part 3. Bye. Thanks a million for listening. You can reach me on all my other social media platforms by visiting my link tree, which is luv.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.